What's going on, guys? I'm going to talk about my experience with cast iron today. I'm starting this channel kind of as a vlog, different reviews, things that I have. I like to have things that are going to last for a long time, and the cast iron pan is one of the things that I've recently been getting into. So this cast iron is mine. This was my parents'. I'll talk about the process that I've gone through with both of them, and then what I'm going to do going forward. So this pan I bought from the Lodge factory store in Tennessee, and basically got to check out Cowboy Kent Rollins. I watched a lot of his stuff, and what I did was wire brush and sand. I think I just used sandpaper on the bottom of this one to scrape off some of the rough seasoning that comes with the Lodge right when you get it from the factory. So scrape that off down to when it's a little more shiny. And then basically what I did was you get grapeseed oil or flaxseed oil, something that has a higher smoke point. And then you put it on the cast iron after you wash it from sanding it. You heat the oven, and then you put a layer on the cast iron, you bake it for an hour, and then you do that 3 times to get a layer of seasoning built in. What I use is just a little rag, and then I just reuse the rag for a little while. After a while, I throw it out. And you can keep it pretty contained. You have a little Tupperware. So that's how I started with this one, and then slowly I've been building up the seasoning and trying to cook with it a little bit. And then this pan, my parents have had for many years, and it was really corroded. Or not corroded, but just there's a lot of uneven, flaky seasoning built up over time. And so it wasn't that non-stick. I would always have my eggs stuck in there, and I was losing a lot of eggs whenever I was making them, and so I thought it'd be cool to try and restore it. So this one, I started to wire brush and sand it, but it was taking forever. So I saw on YouTube that you could use self-clean on the oven, so I threw it in the oven on self-clean after having wire brushed it. Then it came off way easier. I cleaned it off really well. I made sure I put a picture in of what it looked like after I cleaned it. It just looks like raw iron. And then I did the same process with the grapeseed oil of putting a coating on, baking it in the oven for an hour, doing it 3 times, letting it come down to room temperature between each time. Again, look up Kent Rollins because he does a really good job doing all this stuff. And since then, we've been using them a lot, especially this small one, and it looks beautiful compared to what it was. And then kind of the last piece I'm going to talk about is how we take care of them going forward. So you can find a lot of different opinions on this, but I think the best way is to oil it after each use. So after I cook in any of these pans, either one, I'll clean it. I'm not going to talk too much about cleaning, but usually I just use hot water and a scrub brush that doesn't have soap in it so that you don't corrode the seasoning or anything. So basically, I just wash it, get all the stuff off, and then I'll put it back on the burner, heat it until the water evaporates, and then that way the iron pores are open. So then I pour some more oil. I use canola and then also grapeseed, kind of a mixture. Pour the oil on, mix it or wipe it on there with the rag. You don't want to have too much of a coating to where it'll be sticky, but just a little bit. You guys can see I just finished cooking with this one, so it's glistening. And then basically, yeah, so once it's hot, wipe a layer on, let it cool, and then do that after each use. It may seem like a hassle, but it's gonna make these cast iron pans last forever. And so that is kind of the story of these pans. Yep, thank you for watching.